Audio Journal.
Good afternoon and welcome to Action 8 News. Today we interview Dr. Fiona Wood on her revolutionary invention called spray-on skin. Dr. Wood has devoted 30 years of her professional life into the treatment of rehabilitation of burn victims, famously implementing the spray-on skin technology she has developed to aid in the recovery of burn victims who were injured as a result of international tragedies such as Bali bombings of 2002 and the Garuda International plane crash which occurred in 2007. Dr. Wood, you were born in Birmingham, England in 1958 and studied medicine at St Thomas's Hospital Medical School, University in 1975. Why did you move to Australia? I got married to fellow plastic surgeon Tony Carath and moved to Australia in 1987. I wanted to be a burns doctor after I had an unforgettable encounter with a young boy in 1985. And what happened to this young boy? And was this when you started to make spray-on skin? It was 1985 and I was a young doctor presented with a young boy who had somehow had scalding hot coffee spilt down his front. There were a lot of dressings put on and off, and finally when it healed and it couldn't get infected, he left. Weeks later, he came back. The burns have healed, but he needs plastic surgery. And that's when it hit me, right in between the eyes, that this boy would never walk properly again. He would never move his arms, his neck properly again, and that the scars that had been left from a simple situation would stay with him forever. I started a lab in 1993. Murray Stone and I, were able to grow sheets of skin in 10 days, and at that point, skin cells would know which way was up. When we realized by observation that the more immature the skin cells were, the better they were for treating burns. We experimented with this to understand the ramifications. We found that removing the growing skin cells at 5 days from its flask and putting it into a soup performed even better. The soup was kept at 34 degrees Celsius to prevent coagulation and clotting. We realized that we could just spray on from the soup rather than using sheets and waiting for the skin cells to know which way was up. We looked at different nozzles to use the spray-on soup, and we found one in the chemist shop. An Italian mouth freshener. We attached a nozzle to a standard 5 ml hospital syringe. The skin cells spray through 99% efficiently. The skin cells from the patient can be provided back to the patient, avoiding issues of rejection by the body of the new cells. It can also cover a much greater area. We can do this in 5 days, but that was still too long, and since then we've shortened that down to an amazing 30 minutes. And you were able to prove the effectiveness of your invention during the aftermath of two horrific incidents, the Bali bombing of 2002 and the Garuda plane crash of 2007. Yes, there were horrific injuries and loss of life on each occasion. We were quickly engaged and able to respond to the tragedies, and with this new technology, we were able to treat the patients and not only save their life, but reduce the likelihood of scarring and permanent disability. 10 years after the Bali bombing, I was at a reunion, and the captain of the football team, who had been caught up in the blast, described falling into the flames, breaking his back, having multiple fractures, breaking all his teeth, and having burns up to 70% of his body. He survived and described the pain of the injury, the pain of the healing, the pain of the rehabilitation, struggling to wash himself and brush his teeth again. As a surgeon, you must see pain and suffering of individuals on a daily basis, which will last for the rest of their lives. Yes, unfortunately. Human skin is turning over and being replaced all the time, repairing itself naturally. But what to do when it can no longer do that? Geckos can regrow a tail, but humans can't fix burnt skin. Infection is the largest killer following burns. It weakens the body and can kill the person before they have a chance to recover and heal. Spray-on skin has reduced the time to heal substantially, but I'm still striving to do more. Here we have one of your past patients who will tell us about their experience with you.
Hello. I've seen people with burns that haven't been under her care, and they leave some horrific scarring. Whereas spray-on skin, it saved my life. I was involved in the Bali bombings, and I found the flames and burnt my arm to a crisp. Honestly thought I was going to die, if not at least lose my arm. So to say I've been in that disaster, survived, and to have kept my arm it's a nice feeling. It feels nice to be alive and to have kept my arm. People don't realize how amazing she is until you see it firsthand. But there's just one problem. This side of my beard won't grow back.
Oh, yeah, it'll grow back in a few years.
I've waited 13 months already.
We haven't got this far.
So it will grow back?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, well, thank you. Pleasure is mine.
Okay, thanks for coming in to talk to us, Jeff. Okay. Now my last question has to be, what is the future for spray-on skin? I believe that the future for spray-on skin is that it will be available all around the world. It will save lives and reduce scarring. It will be a lifesaver. That's all we have time for today. Thank you for coming in to talk to us. And if you would like to donate to help research for spray-on skin, please go to this website. Thank you.